Robert, huh?
We're live, guys.
You bleep it. Bleep that. I'll pay the fine.
What your overall impressions and thoughts about the scrimmage?
I thought it was awesome. There was a lot of really cool moments. Offense had a couple of really good drives to start, stalled with a bad snap, then a fumble that ended a drive, but regrouped in the second half and took advantage of every scoring opportunity, I think, to show resolve in that matter. There's a lot of different situations that we were able to hit naturally in the game overall. I know you guys don't know the scoring system, but it came down to that 2-minute drive to win it. But the guys got a lot of good work in. We came out healthy. A little bit of some guys cramped, but it's a good day. A really, really good day.
A little chippy there at the end.
What's that?
Got a little chippy there at the end.
Oh yeah, they got competitive. They get competitive. They know those 20 push-ups are a big deal.
What can you guys do with what's going on with Joe? I mean, I know you're doing everything you can, but how's that going to change where he's not as high snaps?
Oh, well, we got to continue working with it. He had a couple of good days, and then today with the environment a little bit heightened, it got away from him, and so we'll continue working with him.
What do you think of Aaron? I think he threw about 30 passes, so it was pretty.
Yeah, his group had an 11-play drive. I think it had a 7-play drive, an 18-play drive, and then the 2-minute drive. I thought they did a really good job converting, moving, getting positive yards every play, and getting third down conversions. I think they had a couple fourth down conversions, and thought they did it. Just as a whole, the offense did a really nice job.
I think it's about 10 days in now. It feels like this is sort of like a checkpoint in training camp. How do you feel about where the team is at right now?
I feel really good. We're relatively healthy, knock on wood, and like today I knew it was going to kind of be a grinder, and which it was for all of them. But really like where we're at, and it'll be exciting to get another team in here next week.
Why didn't Sauce practice?
So Sauce had a personal day, not personal day, but he had some personal things he had to take care of, and his flight with the weather last night got canceled, so he didn't get in until this morning, and I wasn't going to expose him to injury after traveling. Same thing with our refs.
Michael Carter the second, just kind of update on him.
Yeah, he's going to be a week or two. Nothing long term, but nothing's broken. Everything's good. He's just got to work through the ankle. Tie on rest.
Malik Taylor.
Malik, he's dealing with a shoulder. Shouldn't be too long, hopefully.
Rookies, what are you seeing from Olu?
Olu? He's another guy. I'm really looking forward to seeing him go against other players. He's very strong in his lower half. He is a sponge, an absolute sponge. Technician in every sense of the word, and very smart, very willing. Definitely did not miss on that kid.
When a left tackle comes in to the NFL as highly as he was drafted, what's the biggest transition for him?
Just the skill at which the D-line can rush the passer. These guys are the D-lines in today's game are the best of the best in terms of athleticism, power, speed. It's even the best ones in college aren't as refined as these guys are when they get here. So the biggest adjustment, the run game is the run game. That's not. There's some things different, but not nearly as drastic as defending an edge rusher in this league.
And it's weird, but is the hope that he doesn't play? Because that means Tyron's.
That'd be the goal.
Has he looked just as you expected in camp? Better than you expected?
Yeah, no, he looks really good. This scrimmage today. It's funny when we always looked around the league. This is when Brick and I first got here, all Brick, and we were, because we look at drives, not necessarily plays. It's just how many opportunities an offense has to look at you, get to the sideline, make adjustments, and come back again. And we would always just be dumbfounded at why Green Bay would always have 8 or 9 drives in a game. And today was an example. Just so methodical down the field. Like I said, 18-play drive, 11-play drive, a 7-play drive, just long, methodical drives that eat up clock and get the game moving. So He's an impressive dude, and he's a Hall of Famer for a reason.
You go over, talk to him a few times between series. Like, what are those conversations like? What are you going over with him?
I was just going over a couple things, like to let him know when they were going to be up next, because there was 2s and 3s that we were trying to get, and in the second portion of it, let him know that he was going to have a 2-minute situation, depending on what happened with the 2s in that drive, whether it was going to be whether they needed a touchdown, a field goal. So just to give him a heads up on what he was going to need.
Sorry,
Yeah, it's okay.
You sometimes forget he is coming off a major injury. I mean, does that even cross your mind anymore?
That'd be more of a question for him, and how he's prepared mentally to get through that part.
What do your eyes tell you, though, from a
He looks like he never missed any time.
Going back to Joe Tippmann.
We'll get you too. No, it's okay. We'll get you too. Go ahead. It's okay.
Going back to Joe Tippmann, is it a technical thing that's bugging right now? Is it a mental thing?
Yeah, it's going to be there's some technical stuff in there. It's not mental. He's not flustered. It's like I said, we're trying to maximize his athleticism, which is asking him to do some things that from an athletic standpoint, we're pushing him, and he's just got to learn the timing and the rhythm and all that stuff, and he'll get it under control. It's one of the least things I'm worried about.
Can you talk a little bit about Tony Adams? He's a guy, obviously year 3. It seems like last year somewhat vocal there in camp. This year it feels like constantly talking, playing super confident. Can you talk about him a little bit?
Yeah, Tony, obviously UDFA, and he's gotten better every day since he's walked in this building. He's an elite communicator, plays with elite energy. I think he talks more smack than anybody on the defense. Debatable if you talk to Sauce and some of the D linemen, but he's really improving. He's taking the back end by the bull by the horns in the back end in terms of communication and making sure everybody's on the same page. He's doing a really nice job.
What are your thoughts on Brownlee's last couple of days? I know he got in the end zone today, and then also on the other side of the ball, how about Jalen along that defensive line?
Jalen Holmes.
Yep.
Yeah. So Brownlee's starting to come along. I'd say he got off to a little bit of a slow start in camp, and he's starting to pick up. Looks like he's getting his legs underneath him. We're starting to see the speed that we saw a year ago. So he just needs to continue stacking those days up. And Jalen, he's so consistent. He comes in with the same juice and energy and the same physicality and effort, and because of it, he's always in position to make plays.
The sticker seems like it's always a guy that's been making plays each and every day. Just kind of what you say from him throughout the 10 days.
We're pleased with him for sure. Definitely got an NFL corner, and now we're trying to figure out whether or not he's a starting NFL corner. And I think he's just got great patience at the line of scrimmage. He's very smart, not smart, book smart, but just so instinctive, ahead of his years with regards to route recognition and understanding concepts. But he's another one that we're all looking forward to seeing against other opponents, because we think he's got a chance to be pretty damn good.
Was it good to get some of the special teams in there with the pads on?
Yeah, just to go through that sequence. There's we play a game next week, and it's not going to be exactly what we did today, but it's going to be pretty close. And to have the transitions, to have kickoff and have kickoff return and punt return and all that, so it was good to get all of it mixed into practice.
Bigger picture, you guys have had such a great defense the last few years. For the offense, are there goals, like we have to be a top 5 offense if we want to go where we want to go, or a top 7 offense? Are those specific goals here for this team this year?
We never really get into goals like that here. It's more just show up, be your absolute best, and trust that you're good enough, and the results will be what we want. What those results are, I have no idea, but we do believe that if we show up every day, we put our best foot forward, we play with the juice and the energy that has become our standard here, I think we'll be pretty damn good.
Mosley did an interview yesterday on NFL Network, and he said you're basically turning into an offensive coach. Was his quote.
I don't know about that one, but
we talked about this a little bit in the spring, but just watching you out there, it doesn't seem like you're on either side right now. How kind of have you evolved into leaning more into the offense than you did maybe when you first got here?
Like I said, the last year was the first year, even for me, just being exposed to a system that had a quarterback like Aaron. My son actually asked me who the best quarterback besides Aaron that I've ever been with. This morning on the way into work, I'm not going to tell you who I said, but it's just different, you know. And so learning a new system under Hack and learning how the quarterback, just trying to understand the quarterback, and now knowing all of it after being in it for a year, I just feel like I can give them my thoughts from a defense perspective. Certain concepts, formations, route concepts, run concepts that hurt us, that hurt 3-4 teams, that hurt 4-3 teams, to help them kind of formulate this identity that we're trying to find. So it's been fun interacting. Still working a lot with the defense in the offices, watching tape with them, making sure that we're crossing T's and dotting I's. But I think everyone's doing a really good job coming together to get this thing where we want to go.
Push-ups regardless.
Regardless, I'm always doing push-ups. All right, thank you guys.